Okay, a quick report here from New Tech Inventors. Let you know what's going on. We're at the house up here at our bonus room mini print farm, and printing some parts today. Some new parts that we made for our table mount here. In one of my last videos, we were talking about PETG and printing, and these are being printed with PETG. I needed this part since it has some stress points on it. I needed to be sure that this part was going to be as strong as possible. So not only are we printing with PETG, we've also switched to printing them flat so that we could get our layers going lengthwise on this part and going perpendicular to the stress, where normally this would break at this point here. When these were printed, they were printed vertically, and of course that was a weak point and it was allowed it to break. Now printing lengthwise and 100% infill, these are super strong. I've been testing these things. They've been holding up real well. So we're feeling pretty confident. Okay, we're printing some of the stronger parts for our tabletop mount for the helping hand now. Using PETG, printing at 245 degrees, 70 degree bed temperature, 3mm wall thickness, and we're doing 100% infill on these parts that are getting the most stress. So let's check and see how we're coming along here. Okay, these are the female parts for the rod ends. These are the male rod end parts here, and this is actually the base for the table mount, portable mount, and another base being printed. These four are the PETG printers right now. We're printing some PLA down here, orange, for some of the filler blank parts, and some of the locking mechanism on these for the power unit. So we're still printing up here at the house in the bonus room, the original print farm, and these little guys, they haven't been on videos much lately, except in my office where I do the prototyping, but wanted to let you see that they're still working hard and doing their job up here, and maybe someday we'll move them down to the print farm. Right now in this area, even though I have other printers up here, I really can't run much more than about 8 of these because of the power limitations up here running at one time. Okay, let's look at some of the parts that we've had to improve on. This is our tabletop portable mount for the helping hand, and it basically consists of these 2 legs with feet on them that help stabilize it. This centerpiece that has a pivoting point, a rod coming up and pivoting the helping hand base unit here. Now, the problem we had one of these. We were using this as the base for this table mount. This was printed with PLA, and it had infill, and as you can see, it broke on us. It was getting some abnormal stress when that happened, but still we don't want that to happen. So what we did, we changed and printed it with PETG and increased the backfill to 80%. So we had 80% fill on this one with PETG, much stronger version. We also had problems when we started testing these pieces that would couple to this. We found that they weren't very strong either, and with the infill and everything, they were breaking on us. We tested several of them. We actually forced all of these to break. They didn't break normally, but still they proved that they were weak. And this was our cylindrical design of our piece that attaches to the base up here. And all of these were being printed vertically. So the layers were going in this direction, the direction of the break. So when we started looking at PETG as a stronger material, we also started looking at the design of the parts. And one of the comments that I had from one of my subscribers was, you know, printing these vertically or horizontally would strengthen the part just by virtue that the layers are going across this way as it's printed. So when you stand it up, your breaking point is going to be in this longitude here rather than across the main stress points. So taking that in consideration, I printed these flat horizontally, and I also squared them off, made them a little beefier, and as you look here and compare them, you'll see that we are a little stronger. And we've tested these, and these joints are really, they tighten up good, and we put a lot of stress on them and haven't been able to break them. Of course, this is plastic and PETG, and it will break, but it's going to take so much force, you're going to tear up something else before you break it. So here's one that's completed now. We also got rid of this rounded pattern here, went to a rectangular pattern on this base, and replaced all of these parts. So we're hoping that using the PETG, and we're still printing at 245 degrees, seems to be coming out well with the parts. And we're also doing 100% infill on these particular parts here that have the stress points. So by doing that, we've increased the strength considerably. I think we're safe now. Okay, it looks like we're finished. Take this off. Okay. Looks like it came out pretty good. Here's the part that we just finished printing down in my office in the king room down there, and looks like it came out pretty good. you can see this is a really reinforced piece here, and it's reinforced on down through there. Really think this part's going to eliminate this problem that we had with this one, where it just disintegrated practically. So these stronger parts that we're printing now are going to make a big difference and make this part of the helping hand reliable, strong, and sturdy. Okay, here's our part. This is the side the screw goes in on. And this is the side for the nut. So let's see if the nut fits in okay. Yep, nut fits right in its place. And let's put the screw in. And now we'll just tighten this screw down. There, it looks like it's doing just fine. Okay, let's check, see how the rod end does. Okay, that went in good. Okay, we're still printing, but we're coming along. Parts are getting a little closer. Okay, we've got a few more of these off the printer. These are new reinforced bases for the table mount helping hand. Obviously replacing these less favorably designed parts. But now we have a very strong part. We have strong receivers to work with these in conjunction with that part. These are our stress points. This is the most vulnerable part here, and we're printing these in the horizontal position, these parts and these, to give us maximum strength. The layers are going in this direction, so with my breaking point being across here, printing them this manner makes it much stronger, because those layer lines are going vertically instead of horizontally. In addition to that, we've got a 100% infill on these parts, and we've also are printing PETG filament at 245 degrees, giving us very good layer adhesion. and hopefully solving any potential problems we may have with these parts breaking once we start shipping them out. So now that we've run several of these parts, and we have more running currently over there on the printers. These were all printed on the King Rune printers here at my home print farm, but we'll be setting these jobs up to print in large quantities on some of the ANET printers down at the new print farm, and also probably on the Tronix XY2 Pros. And so that's where we're at right now.